Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and dear participants. I wish I could, I knew Arabic and I could speak in Arabic, but unfortunately I don't know. And I cannot express my support or speech in Arabic. I know Persian, but I reject speaking Farsi because Farsi for me is language of occupation, language of torture, language of assimilation, language of exclusion, and name it. Therefore, I rather to speak in English, even if it is my English is poor. First of all, I congratulate you all on the 32nd anniversary of Ahwazi Democratic People Front. Please accept my warmest regard toward our comrades and Ahwazi people. I also appreciate your invitation, as it is my pleasure to be speaking in this event. Ahwazi land, Ahwazi land has been under occupation of Iranian Persian regime since earlier 20th century. Ahwazi Arab have been brutally suppressed by Shah regime to assimilate Arab to Persian for the purpose of making so-called Iranian nation. The occupation and suppression continued by so-called Islamic Republic of Iran even more severely, and thousands of executions of Ahwazi national activists are the evidence of how Arab nations have been suffering since. Needless to say that not only Arab nations, but all non-Persian nations such as Azerbaijani Turks, South Turkmenistan, Baluchistan, Lorestan, Kurdistan, and other nations have been suffering of suppression, assimilation, depopulation, segregation, humiliation, kidnapping, imprisonment, torture, and execution under the occupation of Iran. They have been stripped and dropped in every way possible. Iranian invasion has been resulted in hundreds of thousands of deaths and exiles. In the year 1946, Shah regime had invaded South Azerbaijan and killed over 50,000 and exiled 200,000 South Azerbaijani Turks from their land during the occupation of South Azerbaijan. Our books and heritage had been burned by Shah regime, and thousands of women had been raped by Iranian armed force. Same crime had happened. Same crime had been committed in Ahwaz, Baluchistan, South Turkmenistan, Kurdistan, Lurdistan, and other non-Persian who are occupied by Iranian regime. All non-Persian people had been and have been suffering under Shah and current regime. Nowadays, thousands of national activists from non-Persian nations are imprisoned and severely tortured, and even they are say convicted, or they are at the edge of the execution. The result of the revolutions and regime change in Iran in the last century are undoubtable fact that we as a non-Persian people will never achieve our goal within Iran. This is the fact. This is the experience of last century. Many revolution and few regime change. Neither human right nor democracy are achievable in Iran, no matter what we do. It is just not practical. No matter what we do, nothing will change for us as a non-Persian forever in Iran. The only way to achieve our goal is to push Iranian occupying force from out of our land and establish our independence and democratic government. That is the keyword. That is our keyword. That is our destiny. National prosperity and freedom is only guaranteed by national independence and nothing else. In conclusion, on behalf of South Azerbaijani Independent Party, I want to express our full support to our comrade in Ahwazi Democratic People Front and congratulate leadership and members of front and great Arab nation of Ahwaz on 32nd anniversary of the front. I wish you success and victory. Our destinies are tied together, and we will struggle side by side until defeating Iranian occupation and achieving independence. Long last united struggle of non-Persian nations against Iranian occupation. Thank you so much.